Hello, my name is Jason McCamey, and this is
Brian McCamey.
my dad, who has agreed to do this short interview with me. And today, the topic that we'll be covering is the impact that Roman emperors had on society. So, yeah, without further ado, we can begin.
Okay, so we're going to test your research and knowledge of the Roman Empire with 3 questions.
Okay?
First, how many Roman emperors were there and how were they elected?
So, in about the 1,000-year reign of ancient Rome, there was approximately 70 emperors throughout that time. And at first, the choosing of the Roman emperors was basically depended on what family you were born into. So it was just very simple. You're the son of King Julian, so you're the next emperor, basically. But as time went on, the people high up in the rankings and everyone just started to realize how unwise that was, because for every bad Roman emperor there was a good one, for every good there was a bad one. And they discovered it was unwise because these terrible things happened, so they needed to start electing emperors for how respectable they were in war, how competent they were, insane, and smart, basically.
Much smarter.
Yeah, definitely a lot smarter. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, actually, something else I want to add is once you became emperor, you were emperor for life. So there was no elections after that. So that was just your job for the rest of your life, whether you liked it or not, and whether the people liked it or not. So the only way to end the reign of an emperor was to kill them. Therefore, paranoia ruled, basically.
Doesn't make for a great society.
No.
Okay. Well, that was good. So question number 2, how did the Roman emperors positively and negatively impact society?
So obviously, some emperors did a lot of good, while others did a lot of bad. There were good emperors like Marcus Aurelius and Augustus Caesar, who provided stability and peace for their people, which ultimately helped them to make significant advancements in all of the famous areas, such as philosophy, religion, agriculture, architecture, technology, art, language, so many things. So having a good emperor was really good for that. And then, like I said, emperor like Marcus Aurelius, he was famous for his journalings, which he contributed to mental health and all that, and teaching people about that, which we still use techniques from what he showed us back then. And then there was Constantine, who he was the first emperor to become Christian in Rome. And before that, all the emperors were pretty much just pagan. And when he became Christian, he basically said that everybody in Rome needs to be Christian. So that's what happened, and before you knew it, the dominant religion in Rome was Christianity. And that right there is a lot of evidence to show how impactful the emperors were on society. It's like one emperor becomes this, so like everyone has to become this. Questionable ways, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Some people probably liked it and some probably hated it.
Yep. And then negatively, how they impacted society was there was bad rulers like Nero and Tiberius and Domitian, who were evil. They tried to do some good things, but they didn't really seem to get much right. They pretty much just brought chaos and worry and corruption to people in their society.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's why the Roman Empire didn't last.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, very good. And the final question, were Roman emperors typically loved by society?
Oh, well, that's a fun one. So, obviously, this depended on the emperor. Some were loved, but many were definitely disliked. Basically, if you were a citizen of Rome, you were pretty much forced to at least respect the emperors, or it was pretty much off with your head, basically. So, but on the other hand, the emperors were almost viewed as gods to a lot of the citizens, kind of like Kim Jong-un in North Korea.
Yeah.
And yeah, they actually were they had a lot of cults, I'm pretty sure, where they just like worshiped the emperors. So not super healthy, but I guess you could say they maybe adored their emperors to some extent.
Yeah.
And then, but there was a lot of bad emperors who were called tyrants, blasphemers, killers, and perverts. So that's pretty fun. And Out of the 70 emperors, 37 were assassinated.
That's not a sign of a very healthy society.
No. Because of all those reasons. So the people hated them.
Wow.
Yeah. But then there were some emperors who reigned for a long time who were loved and they did a bunch of good things.
Right.
Yeah. So, all in all, whether good or evil, the Roman emperors were powerful individuals who had immense impact on society, their people. So, thanks so much for listening to this interview that
Yeah.
my dad agreed to do with me about.
Interesting.
Yeah. And hope you enjoyed it and learned some things about the Roman emperors. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Peace.